Hey guys, and welcome to my second series ever. This is the Soul Level 1 guide, and so we're jumping right in, starting as a female character this time, just mixing things up a little bit. So, Soul Level 1, we'll talk about this while we venture through the Asylum here. What's the point of doing Soul Level 1? Well, the point is, it's a challenge, first of all. Maybe you're a player who's played through this game, 2, 3 times, and you're looking for something different, something a little challenging. Trying to beat the game at Soul Level 1 is something that's both very doable and challenging at the same time. Now, what a lot of people like to do is become a low-level Darkwraith, too. And so, what that's all about is it lets you invade anyone, because invasions don't have an upper limit. So you can become a Darkwraith, and and here's me being a smartass, by the way, trying to wave to him. I couldn't find it fast enough, I get smushed. But there's no upper limit, so you can choose what level you want to fight based on just the area. If I want to be a Dickwraith and invade brand new players in the Burg, I can do that. If I want to fight level 40 people at Sen's Fortress, I can do that. And the brilliant thing is, you can make it so that you actually stand a chance against everyone up until soul level 100 and even higher. And so it's pretty awesome, and it's a challenge too in PvP, but it's so doable, and that's the great thing about it. So it can be a lot of fun, gives you a ton of freedom with your PvP options, and at that point you have just about all the equipment in the game if you've gone that far. So you can turn that into anything you want it to be at that point as well. So it's a lot of fun. And so I want to talk about being a Dickwraith a little bit. I put out a video, and I did receive some flack for it, where I was killing people in the Burg. Now, for that video, I was being especially dickish. Like, for example, when I invade new players, I pretty much always drop 2 Titanite shards and 2 large Titanite shards. And then I kill them. So it's actually a really good exchange for them. I get my humanity, and they get 2 upgrade items. The large shards they wouldn't be able to get until, like, Blight Town. So it's actually really good for them. But that aside, even if you're a player who invades in the Undead Burg and just, like, wrecks people to steal their humanity, that's, like, totally fine. Now, a lot of people don't like it because in most games, ganking is like... It's like if you're playing like World of Warcraft, just to use like a kind of classic example. And if like level 80 players could go into level 1 areas and kill them, yeah, that'd suck. That'd be stupid. But in Dark Souls, it fits the game thematically. In interviews, by the way, I'm being super reckless here. Note that when he hit me while I was casting, it didn't interrupt my cast. I guess casting fireballs has some invincibility frames on it. Or not invincibility frames, but it's called hyper armor, where if you take a hit, it doesn't interrupt your attack, even if it normally would break your poise. But it fits with the theme of the game. And in developer interviews, they've even... I'm hearing this secondhand. I haven't seen the interviews myself. But they've even condoned doing that and being unfair. Because the concept of Dark Souls PvP is risk versus reward. By going human, you're risking the chance of being invaded for the reward of looking pretty and being able to summon friends. And that risk can be big or small, because you might get invaded by someone your level, and maybe you kill them and get a bunch of souls, and it's great. But maybe you get invaded by someone who's a soul level 1 Dickwraith, and you don't stand a chance. Like, that's the great thing about it. And as an invader, it's dangerous as well. For example, invading in the Burg, there's a lot of players, a lot, that wait in there. They're soul level 200. They're in New Game Plus, and they're just waiting for level 1 Darkwraiths to invade them. Because again, there's no upper limit, and then they just crush them. And so that happens as well. So it's dangerous as an invader to invade someone. And that can happen in any area for any invader at any time, but it's particularly common in the Burg. So there's this brilliant balance that happens between this whole risk and reward system. And so if you're a new player and you go human form and get invaded and get crushed, well, now you know that if you go human, you run that risk. It's a lesson that's actually pretty valuable. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, because I know a lot of players are going to use this guide to do that. And I just want to say that's okay for the game. And, you know, if you don't take my word for it, take the developer's word for it. And so, anyways, we'll talk about kind of what we're doing here. Nothing too big happening just yet. Just running that little route to get those souls as quickly as possible. Gonna rest at the fire here to get 10 flasks. I'm not sure what would happen if you die without resting there. You probably would just appear there. Anyways, you'll notice when I was playing this, I was being super, super reckless. I was actually really tired at the time, so I'm like, screw it. I know kind of how much damage I'm going to take. I know what I can get away with. And so I was just like, screw it. Let's just do this. I just wanted to like barrel through it, because this guide's going to be about being a soul level 1 Darkwraith and getting that done quickly. And then we can kind of worry about the rest of the game if we want to go from there. But I know for a lot of people, a goal is going to be becoming a Darkwraith and having that freedom to invade. But again, being a low-level Darkwraith doesn't have to be an unfair thing. You can be a soul level 1 and invade in Sen's Fortress and have a challenge. And the way Dark Souls work, of course, is that you can upgrade your armor and weapons freely. You won't get scaling, but you can get them very damaging. Now, as a soul level 1 character, in my opinion, there's basically only 2 good weapons you can use. There are a couple you can use. Arguably the battle axe is good, but I don't like it. I think it's too slow. I like the fire axe for PvE, that's player versus entity, or enemy. Well, entity, really. Which is just fighting regular enemies like what you see here. PvP, of course, being player versus player. If I go over some general stuff, it's just because I want this guide to be pretty accessible. So you can get your weapons and armor up to endgame levels. The one restriction being, with lower endurance, your equip burden is lower. So you can't wear as heavy of armor without rings to support it, and some armor you won't be able to roll as fast as a higher level player could, even with rings on, that kind of thing. But I like the fire axe and the reinforced club. Oh, and if you saw that ghost right there, on my Let's Play when I came through here, I was wondering if that Drake could kill you. And that ghost got killed by the Drake landing on him, so that was some cool confirmation right there. And so, you'll notice here, getting these backstabs, and I mentioned this in the other series as well, but when you're backstabbing someone, you are invincible, or invulnerable, I should say. Nothing can affect you. So, very effective in group situations. And again, being very reckless here, but screw it, I don't care. So just running through, obviously not leveling, not spending those souls. Gonna want to hang on to those. Now, this next step is unnecessary. We're gonna visit an area before you normally should. But we'll do it to grab the armor we're gonna use. Most of it, most of the armor. So just wailing on this guy, you notice that you can actually break his guard. Grab the wooden shield, we'll need that later. But you can actually break their guard if you wail on them with a fire axe. So you don't need to be super fancy or anything. Just run past these guys. They won't actually follow you down. They won't follow you even up top very far at all.
Well, now, you see...
So, going to pick up the residence key here, which we will need, or in soapstone too, just because, why not, we're here. Residence key, we'll need that to rescue Griggs, and we need to rescue him because the armor we want is in that room. And here's the reinforced club. So already we basically have the only 2 weapons we're going to use, like ever. So, if you want some poise right away, you could get some chain armor. If you want some like decent armor to start with and don't mind a mid-roll.
What's the matter?
But we're going to grab the armor we're going to use for most of the playthrough, or all of it really. I came up with 3 different builds with different strengths that Soul Level 1 players can use, and they're min-maxed, which means you're getting the maximum effect for like the minimum burden. Fireballs are really good at this part because they like run into them and the effect gets both of them. So we're going up here first. We're going to go back up here, actually, but there's 2 things that we can accomplish from up here. One, we want to grab the light crossbow. We don't have the stats to wield any bows, effectively. So the crossbow is going to be our ranged option. Trying to figure out a way to land on these guys, but no. Just kind of poked him with a toe. I'm like, okay, screw it, we're out of here. It's interesting that when you're running, if you use up all your stamina, you have to wait for all your stamina to replenish. But if you stop, you can, if you stop before it depletes all the way, you can start running again before it fills all the way. So that can be useful, depending on the situation. And so here's where we're going to take a shortcut. This is a shortcut that's not developer intended, and allows you to access the lower Undead Burg right from the start of the game. It's easy as that. It's not super easy. I was lucky enough to get on the first try, but as you can tell, it's not that hard either. Just a roll off onto that platform, run into the wall, turn right, and jump right away, and you'll make it just fine. Now, so this area is a bit beyond our level, so I'm playing a little cautiously, but it's really not that much trouble. Although, surprisingly, these dogs don't even actually really do a lot of damage. Very little. That would take, like 12 hits to kill you from full health. And we still have the extra flasks from Firelink, so we definitely want those for down here. And this guy, there's an ambush waiting for you. You can kill this guy through the door with a fireball. So that narrows the ambush down to 2 and will make things a lot easier on you. And now, mind you, Pyromancer is the only class that starts at SL1. I believe it's the only class that starts at Soul Level 1. So, of course, it's going to be a starting class, but also, Pyromancies are really, really good for the start of the game. And I'm going to try to conserve them here now that it's just one-on-one. I know I can take this guy. Doing my leap attacks because, see that stance he's in? Right there? That's a parry stance. If you attack him with a normal attack while he's doing that, he'll parry you and at this level probably kill you in one hit. So leap attacks are going to be your main choice because leap attacks can't be parried. They can't, well yeah, they can't be parried. So So that's going to be what you're going to want to use on them. Also useful in PvP if someone is going for some setup parries. Or if you think they're just trying to parry you in general, that's how you're going to want to approach it.
Somebody, please let me out of here. Somebody, help me. Damn.
Now, we started with the master key, which you'll definitely want to do. But this door needs the residence key to open. So that's why I picked it up. And so here is the first part of the armor we're going to use. We're going to be using the Sorcerer Gauntlets for our first and main armor set. This is the set that will allow you to wear an extra ring, because the Ring of Favor and Protection should just be assumed. It gives you 20% stamina increase, 20% health increase, and it lists a third stat. It's basically stamina again. Basically, it increases your endurance and your health. Right here, I'm letting that dog see me from far away and letting him wander closer. There's another ambush up ahead, so I want this dog to come at me first so I can take him out one-on-one. But we're going to use the Sorcerer Gauntlets and the Thief set that's coming up here. But yeah, the set we're going to use allows us to wear Ring of Favor and Protection, and have very high defense, and still allow us to wear an extra ring, and my choice being the Wolf Ring for some poise, because the armor itself won't have poise. And here I am getting thrown off by these knives they're throwing. But poise is very, very important. Now, poise, for those who don't know, is a stat that the higher it is, the harder it is to knock you off balance by hitting you. So if I have no poise, and I'm swinging a weapon at someone, and they like hit me with a dagger or like some small weapon, it will interrupt my attack. And so I'll stop attacking them, and they'll get that hit in. But if I'm a high poise character, or let's say like a medium poise character, they come at me, they hit me with a dagger while I'm swinging, they're going to hit me, but I'm still going to carry through with my attack. And it's not going to like stun me at all. I'm trying to prep the fireball and run around the corner. My timing was a little off. I turned my back to him by accident, and that was very dangerous, because these guys can actually backstab you too, and that very well also might kill you in one hit. So be very careful about that. But, so you'll still carry through with your hit, and you'll hit him, and it won't stagger you. And on the other hand, if he has like a big weapon, like he's two-handing, like a claymore or something, then if you have medium poise and he hits you, he still might knock you out of it, because it's a harder hitting weapon. Now if you have high poise, it takes a lot to knock you out of your cast or your attack or what have you, or stagger you in general. So poise is very important, especially for PvP. You don't want to be having your hits interrupted. If you're going to get hit, you want to at least trade with them. Trade hits, so you take damage, they take damage. So, very important in PvE as well, obviously. Some enemies have very fast strikes. You want to be able to get in there, hit them no matter what. Sometimes running into a group of enemy and taking them out quickly can be very important before they all get close and gang up on you. Going to head back to Firelink. Now, I should have mentioned this earlier, but I want some Homeward Bones. I didn't pick those up. Those are going to be very useful as a form of fast travel for us. I could have rested at Firelink, but that would to get the 10 flasks, but that would ruin the point of what I'm about to do here with these Homeward Bones. Homeward Bones return you, of course, to the last bonfire you rested at. And so you might be able to tell where I'm going with that. Just get a little turn around there. I was about to jump down, but I realized that I'm boning, bro. That sounds risque. And so here's my shortcut back to the Burg. And so we opened up that shortcut as well. That's going to be very useful later. Messing up my distance judging. Again, very reckless, very tired, but it just goes to show you that you don't have to be perfect to do this. I mean, obviously in this first area, you're kind of meant to be a little low on level, but it's no biggie. I was thinking about doing the Reinforced Club, but the Reinforced Club is also slow. And so I'm going to stick with the hand axe for now. I'm putting on different pieces of the thief armor. I wasn't sure if I could actually wear the whole set just yet and still be able to fast roll. This is my character's hair. I wanted a little contrast. It stands out kind of more than maybe I envisioned, but I think it actually looks kind of cool too. So whatevs. Just a nice little visual contrast to keep your eyes peeled. By the way, can I tell you how great post-commentary is? Like, check it out. I can walk over here and like the game still goes and things like happen. Great. I love it. I feel free. I can walk. I don't have to worry about fighting and talking. So, that's real nice. Anyways, killing dudes, being reckless, whatever, we don't even care. We're just blowing through this zone. The best way to deal with this is to get behind this guy and backstab him. You probably actually want to approach from the left, because I couldn't actually get behind him there. But you want to make a sprint for him and backstab him. These guys, of course, super easy to backstab. There's the battle axe. That's the other weapon we can use if we so choose to. I don't like it, though. Feel free to try it out, though. I mean, that's just my opinion. It's really a fine weapon. I just don't like it. Use the resonance key here, but this can be opened with the master key. That's just another door it happens to open. Gold pine resin. Very important. We're going to need that. If you stand just in front of that chest there, you'll aggro that guy. Aggro, another term in case you guys don't know, means to bring on his aggression, I guess you could say. You're getting an enemy's attention and pulling them to you when you aggro. I'm just trying to explain some terms. I know most of you guys probably know this, but I want to be thorough. So this guy's not... I mean, these spear users don't really give you an opening, so you can just kick them and backstab them. Pretty easy. Now these sword wielders with the shields are more aggressive. And he actually gets me here with this third swing. I wasn't paying attention. But fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, not gonna happen. You'll notice the souls I got from him appeared a little thick and like black. That's because there's a humanity in it. And so you'll see in the top left my humanity went up. You can get humanity from regular enemies in an area as long as the area boss has not been defeated. And while we're on the subject, that's also how you can be invaded. You can't be invaded if you've already beat the boss in an area. See ya! We could go down that door, and I was considering it. There are some things we want down there, but I was like, nah, let's kill the tourist demon. We'll kind of progress normally for a little bit here. There's a crystal lizard in this barrel, you want to just walk off there and do a drop attack. I kind of screwed it up. I shouldn't have rolled. But this one I'm pretty sure does not actually disappear. The other crystal lizards in the game will disappear after you get close enough to them. They'll run away and then disappear shortly after if you don't hit them. But that one, to like teach players kind of what they are, I'm pretty sure they made it so that one does not disappear. Or at the very least, it stays for a long time. Now, I only have one flask for the boss here, but that's fine. I'll show you guys a real easy way to do it. Of course, you want to take out those archers first before triggering the boss, because they will shoot you while you're fighting him if you don't. Almost forgot to put my gold pine resin on my equip bar. So trying to trigger him and run back quickly. Run! Good view over there. So he'll run up, he'll like always do an attack, which gives you plenty of time to use the resin here, so you can use it for longer. I caught him at a weird angle. I was so worried here about being knocked off the edge, which was so close to happening. Messed up my dodge time a little bit there, but we're fine. Didn't do very much damage at all, because we have some decent armor we picked up. And so just two-hand your weapon, bait him into attacking, and go in for the swing, and then get out of there. Watch out for the after effect. You don't need to cut it that close. Just wait for that dust to settle before you go in. There's plenty of time. Especially since when you get close to him like that, he almost always follows it up with another close attack, which makes it very easy to dodge. And that's it. Really not that bad, as long as you don't get trapped between his legs, which I know can happen. But usually when he goes to attack, if you get stuck behind him after doing the drop attack, wait for him to attack, and then he'll like kind of raise his weapon, and it'll open up his legs enough where you could actually walk, you could roll or even just walk through. So there's always that option. Check out this this ghost here. We'll see what killed him. Maybe it was that. That might have killed him. So here's Solaire, the broiest of bros, who will be a great help to us in the future if we want to use him. This guide is also going to be all about making things easy on you. If I do things a certain way, if I do things the easy way, I'll offer a harder alternative for people looking for more of a challenge. If I do things the hard way, I'll offer an easier solution as well. So this guy, your first time through, won't give you any trouble if you just run straight through the staircase. And we're going to kick this down, open up the shortcut, and that's going to be it for this episode. But we've done quite a bit. We got most of the armor. There's only one more piece, the headpiece, that we're going to want later. We killed the Taurus demon, got through the Burg, got our crossbow. So things already moving very quickly, and we're going to be in good shape. So for the future of this, I plan to do these every 2 days. One day to film, one day to do post-commentary. I like to put out content every day, but doing it this way puts less stress on me and allows me to put out better videos in the end, with more little edits thrown in there that I really like doing. So let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this new series here. And of course, if you like the video on YouTube, that's always a great way for me to tell if you guys like a video and like the series. So let me know what you guys want to see here, and I think we'll have a lot of fun with this playthrough. I'll see you guys Monday with the next part.